$5 for this guy?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll take it, man.
Looks sick.
Just to see them close is like...
Right? I know. It's hard to find sealed games nowadays.
Just to see them close is so cool.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go.
You're good. Don't forget this one.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
What's up, everybody? I am way too old for this, and that was fun. I think I might have a problem. I really like sealed games. I don't know why I like them. I'm trying to figure out exactly why I like them. The closest thing I can come up with is that, I guess, being in the store when I was a kid and getting to touch these things and not being able to have as many as I wanted, or even that many at all. I probably got like maybe 3 or 4 games a year. So I think always having the urge to get them and not being able to when I was younger created like a desire or like a driving passion to have these games sealed when I know myself. Because when I started collecting, I thought it was really stupid. When I first started, it was maybe... I started during the pandemic, so maybe 2020 was when I'm like, oh, I really got back into video games. Because everyone was home and there was nothing else to do, and I was a victim of that whole situation. I've heard sealed game collecting was a thing and grading them was a thing, and I thought it was so dumb. I was like, you know, aren't you supposed to play them? How can you play them if they're not open? And I went like that for years. I started collecting loose discs after a while. And it's just little by little, I just find it so cool to find a game in its perfect condition, in the condition I first saw the game, wrapped in... It's stupid, it's plastic on more plastic, but there's something about it, and I can't put my finger. I'm gonna explore that a little more, but I just can't quite put my finger on why this stuff is so cool. And yeah, a couple years in, I think I want more sealed games, and I'm not exactly sure how to even categorize the kind of seal that I'm going for, because I first started with like games that I played and ran through, you know, tons and tons of hours, and I played it inside and out, 100% it. Those were the first kind of sealed games that I got, but now I think I'm going off the deep end. And sure, the monetary value does have something to do with it, but I just think it's so cool. But then at the same time, it's so niche. Like, these things don't sell very often. Yeah, they do sell for more money usually, but not very often. So this market is not that liquid. It's very, very niche and very, very young. But I just can't figure out what's so cool about these things. And at the convention, it's a great time to find them, because almost every vendor will have some sealed product, and I found some good ones. The hard part is coming to a price on some of these, because they know that only certain people are going to buy these, but it has to be worth more than the game opened. So what he might think is fair is usually a little off from what I think is fair, but usually let the market decide. And as you can see, I did agree with some of them. And not to say that this stuff was everywhere, because every vendor probably had some sealed product. It might have been just 1 or 2 games. Some of them have 10 to 15, but it's not like it was a booth of only sealed product. It just gets sprinkled in here and there, and I think it's becoming more rare. I don't know how many people are actually opening these, but people like me that are getting their hands on it, this is staying with me. The only way these games are going to get their 15 minutes again is through putting it on YouTube, because I don't think I'm selling any. I rarely sell my games, and I don't think these are going to be anything, especially ones that I don't have doubles of. These are just making memories. These are definitely staying in my collection. But I know what you guys came here for. Let me show you what I got. It's funny, because some of these games I never even played. Like this guy. Damnation on the PS3. This was a no-brainer. Look at how cheap this game was. I think I paid like... I'm not even sure if I haggled him on this one, because it was so cheap, because I knew I was going to take it. I didn't want him to sour on this deal, and then he wouldn't give me a deal on the other stuff. Now, this game I do see often. It's just like, it's usually around the same price, opened or loose. So to get it sealed the way it was meant to be, I mean, damn, it is cool. Now, I'm now that I have it sealed, I'm actually more interested in playing it, to be honest with you. There's a little damage there. Oh, he's scraping up against other stuff. Still cool. That over there. Next we have another game I have not played. Blood Drive. It's an Activision game, so I've heard good things about this, actually. Yeah, he had it for 20. I probably got a couple bucks off of that. I don't even remember. I'm sure I'll show the video. Is this like a zombie car game, or is it like a Twisted Metal Arena Fighter kind of game? This one looks to be in really good condition. Has the right folds. Yeah. Really cool. Is this like The Walking Dead if you had a license? Well, I guess you're not walking anymore. Driving Dead? I'm kind of curious about this one. This is another one that I think you can find pretty often. It's pretty cheap. Next we have a pretty rare game in my opinion. One that I rarely see. Ride to Hell Retribution 1%. Now this game, very cheap. This game, I'm pretty sure I've seen this for more money open in some stores. But yeah, this game I'm pretty sure is famously terrible. Like, I've heard it's kind of like good bad, that it's just so bad it's funny. I mean, it does seems to have a good story. But yeah, this is a game I definitely want to try, but having it sealed, so cool. And it's funny because it also like adds a little side mission, because now that I have it sealed and I do want to play it, now I got to find it open. But it makes it a little easier, like I can get a loose disc or something, because once I have this version of it, I don't really care to have it CIB, to be honest. I don't mind having a loose disc once I have a game sealed like this. It seems like a similar game to this. I guess the driving zombie genre wasn't too popular back then. This game I've heard is good. This game not so much. This is like the Fast and the Furious, and this one's like Biker Boys, I guess. But I'm glad to have them. Now going from a game that no one ever heard of to a game that probably everyone heard of, Uncharted 3. Oh, what a good game. Now this game, I ran through back ways and front ways. I actually did it with all the Uncharteds. I did all the charting in all these games. And this one was also super cheap, but this one was a game that I just played so much I had to have it. I'm probably going to there are a couple of like real influential games of my youth that I do want to get sealed. Definitely all the Uncharteds, like Singularity, the Call of Duties I do want to get sealed. I heard there's like a sealed Halo 2 that's like the first one that dropped. I think that one's so cool. I think I want to get my hand on that one. But I don't know what it is, man. I don't know if this is a good or bad thing. Have you guys experienced this? Have you guys even thought about dabbling in sealed, or am I crazy? Or you could tell me what you think the appeal is of buying sealed games. Because I don't know, I think people still think it's kind of cool to see it sealed, but like, I don't know if it has the same stigma as grading games does, because I don't know, people just do not like grading games. So I guess this is kind of in the same vein. I'm not sure if it's popular to do this or not. I don't know if I'm going to get some hate for having the games like this. I don't know. Just having it in its perfect form, the way it was meant to be, I like it. I don't know how I got here. It's cold, it's lonely, and it's expensive. This is probably the most expensive way to buy the game now. And I thought, hey, that's for me. How did I become a sealed video game collector? How far down does this rabbit hole go? I'm going to start collecting Fabergé eggs, probably. But a convention is probably the only place I could even find these games. And when I tell you there were too many games, there were too many games. But a convention is a good place to find stuff like this. But good convention advice is bring cash and not just big bills. Because it's kind of awkward, like haggling them down. You know, let's say from 200 to 150 or something, and then you hand the guy $200, it's a little awkward. So I would try to avoid that as much as I can and just bring tons of money and tons of different denominations. 5s, 10s, 20s, all of it. Because using plastic to buy plastic kind of sucks. They charge you in the front end and the vendor on the back end. I don't know if there's anything worse in the world than that. But yeah, cash is king, especially at these places. They're really willing to work with you if you have cash to lower the price. I just think it's so unique to find a game someone didn't open. Like, how many people bought games? I don't even think I got home before the game was open most times. I opened it in the car to read the manual on the way home. It's like, it wasn't meant to be this way. Does that make it wrong? I hope not. Not to me. I think sealed games are like majestic. To find a game that you loved, like in its unadulterated form, I think is neat. Because I know I was one of the people that, I was one of the people that say, games are meant to be played. And I agree. I think everyone that wanted to play this game played it, and there's tons of ways to play this game on PSN. I'm pretty sure it's on there for free on PSN. Game Pass, Steam, PSN. And if I did feel like I was keeping someone from playing this game, I'd have a different feeling for it. But these games are decades old. And honestly, most of the games that I do like sealed are super popular. So there's tons of copies out there. There are thousands of loose discs out there for cheap. I can get if I really want to play the game again. Again, not all loose discs are cheap, but ones that I usually go for usually are. And I do think it's becoming more accepted. Even from last year. When I bought a sealed game from a vendor, he asked me if I was going to open it. They tell me not to open it now, and some even said I better not open it. But jokingly, of course. And to be honest, it's not like CIB collectors play all their games. In total honesty here, people probably play less than 10% of their games, opened or not. So I don't think it's a huge deal. Because even I used to do it for a long time. Like, I would buy a CIB game and I'd pop it in real fast. Most of the time I wouldn't even get past the opening screen, but just that nostalgia hit of just the music of the game, or the clicking up and down from story modes. Even sometimes that scratches the nostalgic itch. And that lasted a while, but I just couldn't keep up with it. I could not play every single game I got at that moment. I want to eventually, but I could not do it at that moment. I just went into the backlog. And I'm positive that a lot of people that say games are meant to be played never played their games. And I get it, they could open it and pop it in at any time, but they still don't. And nostalgic is different for everyone. I'm pretty sure that my nostalgia takes me back to holding a sealed game like this in Toys R Us. Especially when I couldn't buy it and I had to put it back. I wanted it so bad. Not being able to get it when I wanted to so badly, I guess really left an impression on me. So sealed games to me is what really, really takes me back. And it might be because I had a negative feeling afterwards, and for better or worse, humans usually remember the bad stuff more vividly. Like, I only remember where I parked my car days that I get a ticket. I know exactly where I parked it, I know the weather of the day, but if nothing bad happened, I can't even tell you where my car is parked yesterday. I'm pretty sure I can't even tell you where my car is parked right now. I just go outside and have to look around. And it's funny because how accepted sealed stuff is and graded stuff is in other hobbies, like Pokemon, how it's totally accepted to grade their stuff. But I think video games is more popular. I don't know why sealed stuff and grading stuff gets such a bad rap. And I'm pretty sure that the gaming industry brings in way more money than TCG or the comic books, but those industries, it's okay to have stuff graded and sealed, but not in video games. But I think it's actually going to start coming around, because once people start seeing this stuff in up close, in pristine condition, never open, I don't know, I think people might start coming around. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I actually have my next convention video coming up soon. If you guys want to catch that, it'd be great if you subscribe and join the squad. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for watching. I am way too old for this. Peace! I'd love to hear from you guys. Are you guys against or okay with sealed collecting? Or are there any sealed collectors out there now? Let me know down in the comments.